Okay, so can you tell me what was the relation for that Gibbs phase rule? Yes, what is the mathematical equation for this Gibbs phase rule?
P plus F is equal to C plus 2.
Correct. P plus F is equal to C plus 2, where P is the number of phase, F is the degree of freedom, C is the number of component in the system, and 2 is the number in which one is for temperature and the other is for, so one is for temperature and other is for pressure. Just let me mute all of you so that I can speak in a good way. Okay, I think I have muted all of you. Okay. So let me just recapitulate what we have learned in the last class very quickly in 2 to 3 minutes. Then we will start with the further topics. Okay. So let me share the PPT first. It is taking quite time. Someday it work well and other day this Microsoft team doesn't respond well. Anyway, okay. So let me share the PPT first. Okay. So let me try it once again. Just give me a second. It is quite not responding well. Anyway, just hold on. I am trying to upload the PPT. Okay, can you see the PPT? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So we are here in the last term. We have discussed about this development of microstructure in the binary isomorphous diagram. Then we have discussed about this Gibbs phase rule. So this thing's already been done. Okay. So this is the Gibbs phase rule, that is P plus F is equal to C plus 2. This is the Gibbs phase rule, and P plus F is equal to C plus 1. How we have this two, one is for temperature and other is for pressure. So if you are going to take pressure as constant, so you will decrease this 2 by 1, and this equation is known as condensed Gibbs phase rule. And in the phase diagram we often use this condensed Gibbs phase rule. Okay, in order to define the degree of freedom of the system, we make use of this particular condensed Gibbs rule. Okay. Okay, so this also I have discussed how this degree of freedom has been calculated for this unary diagram, unary phase diagram, and this binary phase diagram. So we have seen that here in this two phase region for this binary system, we are having one freedom. So here you can see we are having one as degree of freedom. How? Because in this region, so here this region is shown by this. Okay, here the solidification or melting takes place in a range of temperature. Okay, so here we are having two phase region. So when you put this value into this Gibbs phase rule, condensed Gibbs phase rule, so P is equal to 2 here because phases are 2, component is 2 here because copper and nickel binary system is there. So when you put this value over here, you will get 1 as the degree of freedom. So you can see that either you can vary the temperature or the composition. I am little bit fast because I am just revising, so I am just speaking fast. Okay. Okay. So, and in the case of pure alloy, we have seen that we have 0 as a degree of freedom, and we don't have any option to change any of the either temperature or composition. Everything is fixed, and you can see over here the temperature is also fixed over here. But in the case of binary system, we can vary the temperature. You can see temperature is changing. Here the temperature is this, here the temperature is this, but in this case everywhere the temperature is same. Okay, so now I'm going to explain you about this binary eutectic phase diagram. Okay, so who will tell when we are going to get this binary eutectic phase diagram? What is the definition of this? Yes, anybody tell me what is binary eutectic phase diagram? When we call it as a isomorphous and when we call it as a eutectic. Yes, anyone?
Sir, in isomorphous, the two solids are completely soluble in each other in solid
Okay,
state.
correct. And in the eutectic?
They're not soluble, sir.
Yeah, correct.
Partially soluble.
So, yeah, partially solubility is there in the eutectic system. So here also we are having binary, means two components will be there, but that two components are not completely soluble in the solid state. They are soluble in the liquid state, but in the solid state they are not completely soluble. Okay, then we are going to get the diagram that is known as binary eutectic phase diagram. So here you can see the binary system with limited solid solubility. Just remember this term, solid solubility I have mentioned, not liquid solubility, because in liquid both are soluble. So the binary system means the two component system with limited solid solubility shows the eutectic phase diagram. Okay. For example, copper and silver. If you have seen the copper nickel shows binary isomorphous diagram. But copper silver on the other hand shows binary eutectic because they are not completely soluble in the solid state. Similar is the case with the lead and tin. So here Pb is the lead, Sn is the tin. When you draw this diagram, so they also shows the binary eutectic phase diagram. Why? The reason is because they are not completely soluble in the solid state. Now, I have rather than taking any specific example, I have taken here binary eutectic phase diagram for two component A and B. So we have assumed two component as A and B. Rather than calling it as a copper and silver, I have taken as A and B. Now, so this is the type of diagram you are going to get when you draw this phase diagram for this binary eutectic system. Okay, so if you remember, in the isomorphous system, we are have two single phase region. In the binary isomorphous system, we are having two single phase region. But in this case, if you try to see, this liquid is the single phase region, this alpha is the single phase region, and this beta is the single phase region. So here we are having three single phase region. What is this L? L is the liquid. What is the alpha? Alpha is the solid. What is beta? Beta is also solid. So what is the difference between these two? If alpha is also solid, beta is also solid, then what is the difference between these two? There is difference. What alpha shows? Alpha shows the, what is the alpha? Alpha is the solid solution of B in A. What is alpha? Solid solution of component B in A. Okay. And what is beta? Solid solution of A in B. Okay. A in B. What does it mean? So let me take the help of this whiteboard. When I will write, it will be better. So just let me take the help of this whiteboard so that I can explain you much better way. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me make use of this. Can you see this screen? This board you can see? Yes, please. Can you see this board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so what we are explaining here is binary eutectic phase diagram. So let me write here binary eutectic phase diagram. So here we are discussing binary eutectic phase diagram. So if you draw the binary eutectic phase diagram for this two component system, okay, so here we are having A and here we are having B. Okay. Okay, so this is how this binary eutectic phase diagram looks like. So here we are increasing the percentage of B. Here we are increasing the percentage of B. Okay, here we are having this temperature over here, temperature over here. Okay, and here composition of B, and this percentage vary from here to here. Okay, now just consider the phase. So how you can find the phases in this system? It's very easy. Now you can see here, this is our liquidus line. This line, let me make it with different color. Let it make it. So let me make it with red color. Okay. So red color line you can see here. This is nothing but this is the
Dr. Ashish.
yes.
Uday Ravi here.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
Good, good. Now, how are you writing on the whiteboard? You using a VCam? You got
Yes,
a
sir.
tab?
I am open source software. That is open board.
This is open board.
Open
And
board.
with the mouse you are drawing.
Yeah, sir. With the mouse only I am drawing.
So it's good.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to know whether you are using. After the class, you can contact me.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So what we are explaining here is we are this line, this red line you can see. So what this red line is? This red line is liquidus line. Okay. So tell me what this liquidus line means. Yes. Any one of you, how you can define liquidus line? This is liquidus line. Okay. Anybody can define this liquidus line? Yes.
Sir, that is separate liquid to solid. There solid melting at point.
Okay. Or in simple word, you can say that the line above which everything is in liquid state. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the line. If I'm saying that this is the liquidus line, it means above this line everything will be in liquid state. So this is the liquid state. Okay. Now, what is this line? This line, if you remember, let me tell you. Okay. So this is the alpha over here. First, let me define this alpha and beta. Then we will see the phases present. So what is the alpha? Alpha is the solid solution. Alpha is the solid solution. Alpha is the solid solution of B in A. B in A. What it means? If you see the if this is your alpha phase, then suppose this is B and the rest will be, this is B. So this is the alpha. What does it mean? So this is the solid solution of B, means this small, this line, or you can say this that is spotted here. Okay, this is B, and rest of the thing is A. That has been not, that is blank is A. So here this is A and this is B. So this is B and this everything other than all this dark spot is A. So alpha is nothing but the solid solution of B in A. Means B is present in a small amount in A. Similarly, what is beta is the things in reverse. Solid solution of A in B, of A in B. It means if this is your beta, so A will be present in a small amount. A will be present in a small amount and other will be A. So this is A and rest other is B. So here in the beta phase, sorry. So this is B. So if you want to define this alpha and beta, so how you can say that alpha is nothing but the solid solution of B in A. So here you can see, this much in alpha phase, this much B will be present in A. So this is B because the percentage of B increasing like this. So if you see here, so this much of B is present in A. Means if this A is, suppose if B is 5%, then 95% will be A. So alpha is solid solution of B in A, okay, and beta is the solid solution of A in B. It means if I am saying that solid solution of A in B, it means that A will be present in a small amount in B. So here you can see I am saying that this is the beta phase. So here if you draw a line like this, so you can see here maximum will be B because B is increasing like this. So here if you assume 95%, for example, B is there, so 5% will be only A. So this is how it looks like. So A will be present in a small amount in B. So that is known as the beta solid phase. Okay. Now we have defined this alpha, this beta, and this is the liquid. Now suppose if you want to find out what is there inside it. Okay. So let me make the boundary first. Okay. So this boundary, if you can see, from here to here, this is belongs to alpha, and from this boundary like this belongs to beta. Everything will come that will come over here will be in beta phase, and everything that will come over here will be in alpha phase, alpha solid phase. Now just remember, this all line belongs to alpha, this all line belongs to beta. Now if I ask you, tell me what will be the phase present over here. Suppose I am asking you what phase present over here at this point. Okay, so tell me how you can tell this. Yes, anyone? What phases will be present in this region? Very simple, it is very simple. Only what you have to do is look here, very simple. Suppose I want to find the phases present at this point, okay. So what you have to do, move like this, see where it touch, where it intersect. This is the alpha, so alpha will be present, plus move like this, here you will get liquid, so liquid also be there. So alpha plus liquid will be present in this region. Now tell me what will be present over here. Yes.
Sir, beta plus L. Liquid
Beta plus liquid, because if you move like this, you will get beta, so beta will be there. Plus, if you move like this, it intersect liquid liquidous line, so liquid will be there. So you will get beta plus liquid in this region. Okay. Now tell me what will be here. What will be here? The phase present over here. Correct. So if you move like this, you will get alpha. So alpha will be there. if you move like this, you will get beta, so beta will be there. So this is how you can point out any phases that are present in the system. It is very simple. You just move horizontally and see where this line strikes. It touches here. This is the alpha region, so alpha will be there. Plus, if you draw like this, liquid, it intersects liquid, so liquid will also be there. Similarly, here, if you draw like this, beta will be there, it intersects beta boundary, so beta will be there, plus liquid will be there, because if you draw like this, it will intersect liquid. So it is very easy. You don't have to remember that this is the liquid, this is the alpha plus liquid, nothing. You just remember the single phase region. So this is the alpha, you remember this. You draw the diagram for alpha, means region for alpha, region for beta, and this liquid region. Rest all other phases you can simply find by drawing this line like this. Okay, now we have discussed the phases present over here. Now let us discuss about the line. So we have seen that this line is known as the liquidus line. Okay, and this line, let me draw this line from here to here. Let me draw it with blue color. So first let me remove it, erase it. Okay, so this line from here to here only, this line, just try to understand, this line separates alpha, one solid phase region, that is alpha, with one solid and other liquid phase region. So that's why it is known as the solidus line. If you remember the binary isomorphous system, in that also the region that separates one solid phase region with the other solid and liquid phase region is known as the solidus line. Let me show you here in the small. So if you have remembered this binary isomorphous system, so this is our alpha, this is alpha plus L, and this is L. So we are calling this line as a liquidus line. Look, the definition is not going to change. Everywhere the definition of this liquidus line will be same. This we are calling the solidus line. This we call the solidus line. This we call the solidus line. Okay, now what is the definition? If you see this line, which region it separates? One's alpha region with alpha plus liquid region. So solidus line defined as the boundary or the line which separates one solid phase region with other solid and liquid phase region. Similarly, you can see here, this is the solid phase region, and this line only, this part of the line separates this alpha with alpha plus liquid. That's why we are calling it as a solidus line. Now what we call this line? What we call this line? Yes, anyone?
Solution line.
No, this is also the solidus line. Why? Because it also separates, this beta is the solid phase only. So what is the definition of this solidus line? The line which separates one solid phase with other solid and liquid phase. So here you can also see this line separates a solid phase, that is beta, with solid and liquid phase. Okay, so that's why it is also known as solidus line. So here we are having two solidus line. This is also solidus line. So this is also solidus line, this is also solidus line. If you remember the very basic definition of this solidus line, then you will not confuse. If you want to predict the solidus line, you just simply think, what is the solidus line? Solidus line is the line which separates the solid region with the solid plus liquid region. So here you can see this line separates solid region with solid and liquid region, this region. So this is known as the solidus line. So here you can also see this line is also separates one solid region with other solid and liquid region. So this line is also known as the solidus line. And this is our liquidus line. This whole line is our liquidus line. Let me mark it with green color. So this line this whole line that is marked with green color is the liquidus line. Now what is this line? What is this line? Yes, anybody? If you remember the definition that I have discussed long ago in the module 2, that the line which separate one solid region with two other solid region is known as the solvus line. So this is the solvus line. This is the solvus line. Try to understand the difference between all these lines. So what this solvus line is separating? This solvus line is separating one solid phase region with two other solid phase region. One solid phase region with two solid phase region. If this is the separation, then we call this line as the solvus line. Similarly, what we call this line? Yes, what we call this line? Yes.
Solvus same.
Yeah,
For
this is
beta.
also the solvus line. This is also the solvus line only. Why? Because this line also separates this one solid phase region with two solid phase region. So this line you can see, this separates this region with this region. So this separates one solid phase region with two solid phase region. So that's why this line is known as the solvus line. You don't have to remember, just simply know the definition. If you know the definition, you can draw any line. You can tell any line which line belongs to solidus line, which is our liquidus line, and what is our solvus line. Yes, any confusion so far between the lines and the phases?
Sir, what is this mid between lines, sir? Alpha and beta direct line.
This line.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me tell you, this line is known as eutectic isotherm. Okay, that I'm going to explain you. This line is known as eutectic isotherm. What is eutectic isotherm? Let me tell you. This is eutectic isotherm. Why we call it as a eutectic isotherm? Just give me a second. Eutectic isotherm. This line is known as eutectic isotherm. Now this, if you can see, this is the temperature line, and this line is the constant temperature line. That's why it is known as isotherm. And why it is known as eutectic? Because this point, if you see this point, let me mark it with the red color. This point is known as eutectic point. This point is known as eutectic point. Please remember this. This is very important point. This point is known as eutectic point. Eutectic point. Now the question is, what this eutectic point is? The point at which liquid transform directly to two solid phase region. The point where liquid transform to two solid phase region is known as the eutectic point. Okay, so let me write over here. When the liquid transform to alpha plus beta, two solid phase region. Whenever in any diagram, if you see any point about which this liquid transform directly to two solid phase region is known as the eutectic point. So please remember this eutectic point. What is the definition of this eutectic point? The point which separates one where liquid transform to two solid phase region, and in this whole diagram there is no other point where this phenomenon is happening. Only at this point what is happening, liquid is transforming into two solid phase region. So the point is known as eutectic point. And this line, since this is the constant temperature line, it is known as isotherm, and also this line is passing through the eutectic point. That's why this line is known as eutectic isotherm. Is it clear? Yes, Duleshwar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this line, why it is known, what this line is known as? This line is known as eutectic isotherm. Why eutectic isotherm? Because this line is passing through eutectic point and also is a constant temperature line. That's why it is known as eutectic isotherm. Iso here means same, therm means temperature. Same temperature line passing through eutectic point is known as eutectic isotherm. I hope things are clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, any confusion? Anyone else? Any question from anyone else? Yes, any question? Any doubt? So can I move forward? Yes, please let me know. Can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Anil, are you there? Anil H. Anil. Mohammad Ghaus. Mohammad Ghaus, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now, whatever be the formula or the techniques that we have used in order to find the composition and amount of phases in the binary isomorphous system, the same concept is also can be applied over here in order to find out the composition of phase and also the amount of phase. Okay. So yes, before moving forward, let me ask you a question. In order to calculate the amount of phases, which rule is used? Yes, tell me. In order to calculate the amount of phases present in a region, which rule is used? Yes, anyone? We have already discussed this in the binary isomorphous system. In order to calculate the amount of phases present in a region, which rule we use? Anyone remember? Anyone remember that rule? What that rule is known as? That is nothing but the lever rule. Okay, we have already studied this lever rule that is used in order to calculate the amount of phases present in a region. And in order to calculate the composition of phases, which rule we use? Yes, Arjun. Arjun, are you there?
Yes, sir.
In order to find the composition of phase, which rule we use? We use the concept of tie line. Did you remember? We draw a line. That line is known as tie line. So tie line is used for the calculation of composition of phases, and for calculating the amount of phases present in the system, we use lever rule. Okay, so the same concept can be also applied over here in order to find the composition and the amount of phases present. Okay. So let me take another page. Okay, so we came to the next page. So now we are going to see that how to find the composition of phases present and amount of phases present in the binary eutectic system. So we have seen these things in the binary isomorphous. The same things we are going to do with the binary eutectic system. So let me draw a line here. So this is our A and this is our B. Let me rub it. So this is the how this eutectic diagram looks like. This is our alpha, this is our beta. Alpha is the solid solution of B in A, beta is the solid solution of A in B. When you call it a solid solution of B in A means a small amount of B is present in A, then we call it as a alpha. If a small amount of A is present in B, then we call it as a beta solid solution. Okay, here we are having this alpha plus liquid, alpha plus liquid. Here we are having beta plus liquid. Here we are having beta plus liquid. Here we are having total liquid, and here we are having alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta. Okay, now suppose I asked you, I have taken an alloy with 20% B, an alloy with 20% B. This is B. So here we are having B. So let us say this is our 20%. So this is our alloy. If I am saying an alloy with 20% B, it means 80% will be A. Okay, so 80% will be A over here and 20% will be B. Now, if I have taken an alloy with 20% B and heated to a liquid region, now we came over here. We have melted this alloy and we came in this region. Now, if I cool this alloy or solidify this alloy, so it will solidify like this. So it is solidified, the temperature will decrease, and by the time it is going to touch this line, solidus line, what will happen? Alpha will start coming out. Okay. Now at this point, what are the phases present? Alpha plus liquid. When you cool it further cool it, alpha amount of alpha will increase. Now by the time you are going to touch this point, all the liquid present will be going to transform into alpha plus beta. Okay, so here what is happening, if you see very cautiously here, what I am doing here, we have heated this alloy. So suppose at this point, what is happening? Everything is liquid. So let me draw it. Everything is liquid. Everything will be liquid. I think time is left out. Okay, so 5 minutes are still left. Okay, so let me make it clear. So here what is present? Everything is liquid. Okay. Now when we cool it, and by the time we are going to come over here, look at this point. By the time we are going to reach this point, what will happen? Alpha will start coming out. Alpha will start coming out. So if you are going to see here, what is happening? What is present over here? Liquid will be there and some alpha will be there. So let me mark this alpha with red color. So alpha will be coming out of liquid. So a small amount of alpha will come out, and the rest other thing will be liquid only. Rest other will be liquid only, and small amount of alpha will come out. So this red one is showing this alpha. When you further cool it, what will happen? Amount of alpha will increase. Amount of alpha will increase. So if you see here, amount of alpha will increase means the size of alpha will increase. Let me draw it with red color. So if you further cool it, but in the same region, you are still in this region only. So what will happen? This alpha will increase. Alpha will increase. Okay, the size of alpha will increase, or the amount of alpha will increase, and the rest others are liquid only. Let me everything will be liquid only. So you can see from at this point alpha is coming out. As you move downward, what will happen? More and more alpha will come out. So amount of alpha will increase. Now when you are going to reach this point, if you can see this point, what is happening here? Whatever alpha present earlier, that will remain as such. So this alpha will remain as such, but whatever be the liquid is present, that is going to be converted into alpha plus beta. Okay, so because alpha from here to here, the alpha is stable. So here you can see the alpha is stable from this temperature to this temperature. Okay, so here alpha will be there, and if you are going to come down from this point, you can see that whatever be the alpha present initially will remain as such. So these alpha will remain as such. Now whatever be the liquid is present at this point, that is going to change into alpha plus beta. Okay, so if you point this region, if you see, if I cool to this point, what will happen? It will look like this. The alpha that is present initially, this is the alpha that was present initially. This is not going to change. This will remain as such in the solution. And whatever with the liquid, if you see here dotted lines, this is the liquid that is going to be converted into alpha plus beta. So let me draw it. So whatever be the present over here, apart from this, so all this region will be alpha plus beta. So this will be alpha plus beta, mixture of alpha plus beta, but this will be alpha. Now how to differentiate this alpha with this alpha? Since this alpha belongs to this region, so this alpha is nothing but the alpha that has formed over this region, and this region is above the eutectic. This region is above the eutectic. So in order to differentiate these two alpha, we call that original alpha as pro-eutectic alpha. Pro-eutectic alpha. Pro-eutectic alpha. Why pro-eutectic alpha? Because this alpha is nothing but that is present initially in the region. Okay, so this alpha this is shown by red color is pro-eutectic alpha that was present over here. Okay, but when you cool it over here, so this alpha will remain as such. It is not going to transform, but whatever be the liquid is present, because liquid is not stable below this point. So whatever be the liquid will present, it will convert into alpha plus beta. Now So I will try to stop over here only for today's. I hope the things are clear. So if you have any doubt, then please ask. Yes, Duleshwar, Arjun. Okay. Bhuvan, are you
No,
there?
sir.
Bhuvan CR.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So today we will stop here. We will again see the same things in the next class because I want you to have the better concept of all these things. Okay. And all these things have very practical applications in the industry. Whenever you are going to make new materials, you might be every day seeing new materials are coming into picture. So in order to develop new materials, you are supposed to have better understandings of this particular phase diagram. Every phase diagram is very important. All these phase diagrams, when you are going to do some sorts of research, or even if you want to develop some sorts of material, new material, then you are supposed to have the concept of this phase diagram very clear. So because this phase diagrams helps you to develop new materials, you can see what is happening inside the material. Okay, so today I'm going to stop over here. So let me download the attendance first. And again, I am saying if anybody is having any doubt, you can contact me any point of time. Okay, whether in the class or if you find some other time, then you can contact me. Okay. So shall I get?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
let me. Yes. Yes. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So today we will stop here only. See you in the next class. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.